Welcome back into Nations Cup, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have Norway, and on the right, it is going to be Poland. This is going to be a best-of-3 here in Group B for Nations Cup, and we're in day number 2 of Group B, day number 4 overall of the first European qualifier. Thank you all for joining me for this fantastic day of Heroes of Storm action. As I said, we got 3 best-of-3s today. We'll be seeing more Group B action. We'll see who's going to be making it out of Group B into Stage 2 of the European qualifiers. Right now, there are a total of 16 teams, and after all 4 of the groups play, we will be whittling it down to 8 teams, and then those 8 teams will brawl for the top 2 spots to represent Europe in the Nations Cup later on in June, or I guess mid-June in Berlin, Germany. Now we're getting into Dragonshire. As a reminder for how the draft system works, it is very much like Meta Madness if you know what that is, and if you don't, well, that's okay, I can still explain it. The bands at the top of the screen are only going to pertain to the map that is being played. So for example, for map number 2, Hanzo could potentially be picked up if he's not banned away. Now how are heroes banned out? Well, that is when heroes are picked. So when we enter into map number 2, there will already be 10 bans, plus the initial 4, plus the extra 2. So throughout the draft, you'll have 16 bans, then 10 more heroes are picked, so you're at 26, but then the 6 go away, so it's a lot of caster math. Either way, all you gotta know is the 10 heroes that are picked cannot be repeated in future maps of this best of 3. It will reset into the other 2 best of 3s, and there are no global bans to initially. I have heard rumors and murmurs that maybe there will be global bans when there's the LAN event, so maybe there'll be 10, 20 heroes initially banned away. Maybe the top picked heroes from the qualifiers might be the way that they go ahead and kind of ban things out. Either way, we will start out with a Brightwing. We will get a Dahaka. We are going to see the ban on Hanzo, Garrosh, Lucio, and Hogger. If you have any questions about the draft system or how any of this works, be sure to ask in chat. I will do my best to answer them. Dahaka, Junkrat, so good displacement and control between the 2 of those heroes. Brightwing, Blaze, Genji, very aggressive and strong for Poland here. 5 a.m. Blue shock face. Hey, I do it for you, Twitch chat. I do it for you. I know you all would like to see heroes casting, so I'll get up early, I'll destroy my sleep schedule. It's all for you, Twitch chat. Alrighty, I'm gonna be a zombie tomorrow afternoon when I go out with people. I'm supposed to go out and play bingo and stuff tomorrow. I'm gonna be a zombie during it, I bet. Well, either way, we have an Anubrak and a Diablo to be banned out. Alrighty. So hard initiation from both of them, and CC potential to be removed. We still have a lot of tanks up and available, though. Arthas, ETC, I think Garrosh was banned away already. Mal'Ganis is up, May is up, Murden's up, Stitches, Tyrael, Varian. A lot of these are open and available. Honestly, I was going to say, the Varian actually kind of works for the Poland draft a little bit with the single target deletion potential and the dive. You have Varian charge in, he taunts, Genji goes in with some damage, Extract potentially, Blaze follows up with an AoE stun, Polymorph from the Brightwing. So I do think Varian could be strong, Murden could be a great pickup as well. They're going to need something to deal with the Stitches, who's going to go Gorge. They could pick up a last second Medivh with a tank, but then that's a hyper carry Genji. Joanna was up and available, didn't even talk about that. So it's going to be a Jaina and a okay, so we're looking at maybe a Falling Sword sort of cleanse. Okay, yeah. And then the last pick, I would actually expect this to be like a Tyrande or a Malfurion. I'd love to see Tyrande for the literal flair of it all, but I think Malfurion is the smarter and the safer call for this composition. Pairs into the Junkrat and the Stitches for the post-hook potential, as well as the post-gorge potential. I think Malfurion, yeah, that's going to be your direction right there. Tyrande is... Ow. Ah, missed. Pulled my headphone cable out of my own ear. Ow. I was trying to get Bandit to stop licking his own paw for the last entire draft. Mr. Bandit. Alright, that is your draft for map number 1. We are going to be seeing these 2 teams here on Dragonshire. Dargonshire. Alright, so we have Norway versus Poland. Alright, we'll wait a little bit on this. Bingo sounds fun. Did someone say bingo? Indeed. There's a local bar that does bingo on Saturdays. I believe they still do it on Saturdays. Honestly, I should probably text someone and find out if they're still doing it. But either way, yeah, gonna go play bingo tomorrow after stream with some friends, and then go get some food. I don't know what I'm gonna get tomorrow, though. Pizza sounds like a good idea, but a cheeseburger sounds really good as well. Yes, the gamble. Thank you for the reminder.
Hey, listen.
Gamble has begun. There's your level 1s. On the left-hand side, we have got Norway, Saloon on the Stitches, Narsha. Playing the Sylvanas, we have got Zeus on the Malfurion, Happy on the Junkrat, and Brumble on the Dahaka. To the right-hand side, we are looking at the Poland team. Alvarez on the Jaina, Lavacolt playing this Brightwing,
10 seconds.
Itrax on the Genji, Iron on the Joanna, and Rai to play the Blaze. You know who's on what. You know what the level 1s look like mostly here, actually. You don't actually know what any of the ones on the side of Norway are. There you go, you got globes for Stitches. But you still have time for your gamble. You got a solid minute left if you'd like to make some predictions as to who wins map number 1 in this first best of 3 of the day. As a reminder, we got 3 best of 3s coming at you today. Hopefully we get 9 maps. Hopefully we break the stigma that is the, 3-2-0 best of 3s. Also, as a reminder, all of these VODs will eventually be going up onto YouTube with spoiler-free time and stuff like that. I actually will start to get to editing it tonight while we have the movie night in Discord, actually. I'm going to probably edit most of the videos. Buy pizza, put a cheeseburger on top of the pizza. I mean, they do make cheeseburger pizzas. I have tried it before. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of cheeseburger pizzas. I mean, hell, they have Coney dog pizzas in Metro Detroit. I'm not a fan of that either, though. You know what? I'm a simple man when it comes to pizza. Pepperoni and cheese. That's all I need. You want to doll it up fancy, go for it. But I'm just a simple man. So we have camps to be grabbed on both sides. We have a northeast camp for the side of Poland. Going to be that bruiser camp. We got Siege Giants in the bottom lane for Norway, as they will probably split off and kind of rotate to the opposites. Yes, indeed, they will.
Capture the shrines.
They also make burgers filled with grilled cheeses as buns. Now that I would try. Well, I mean, there's always the quality cheeseburger that we all love. If you've never had one, you have to try it. The Juicy Lucy. Oh, basically it's a cheeseburger filled with cheese. You will burn the shit out of your mouth if you don't wait. The most common issue that people run into when they first get a Juicy Lucy is they get it from at a restaurant and they immediately take a bite into it and they just burn the hell out of their mouth because it's molten cheese, man. But God, those are good if you can ever get one. I ate breakfast right before the stream. I'm already talking about food. I'm already hungry. You did burgers yesterday while you're out. Habit Burger? Never heard of it before. Hope it was good. Bottom lane Siege as the Dragonite is... I'm sorry, hello? Dragonite was just chilling in mid lane there for a second, not getting any siege value. Poland is going to open things up in bottom lane as Norway is doing their best to defend. Concussion Mine splits the Jaina away, doesn't get the pull onto the Joanna near the fort. Siege Giants still being held back. Oh, that's a really good Concussion Mine pulling Siege Giants into tower range, and that'll speed things up on the clear. Meanwhile, Dragonite is going to expire duration-wise. It actually gets a decent amount of siege. Gets the full front gate in mid lane. Not initially sure on how much did go down or how much was initially taken down before Dragonite phase. But either way, I don't actually think there was much because there's no camps in that lane. Genji jumps into the top lane, phase shift from Brightwing onto the Blaze, but there's no follow-up CC. And that'll just be the fort front gate in top, mid, and bottom all going down during this Dragonite phase. As we see in bottom lane, Happy and Saloon will push in. Malfurion does go down to the Joanna. That's actually first blood to the side of Poland. Saw a competition where people had to make vegan Juicy Lucy's. Nobody did well. Well, that's because vegan... Oh, yeah. Vegan cheese is not there. It doesn't melt right. There's no... I've never run into a vegan cheese that melts like cheese. Because most vegan cheeses are nut-based, if I'm not mistaken, right? And nuts don't melt like cheese. also texturally, it's not the same. And then, you know, I haven't had vegan, I have not had like Impossible Burgers, but I've had pork, like vegan pork, and like the texture's just not there, so I don't think vegan burgers would be there. And I think people have said as well that the texture for like the Impossible Burgers, like it's not the same. Yeah, vegan cheese does not melt very well. It does okay in lasagnas. It does okayish in lasagnas. I actually don't know that for sure, but my neighbor throws a vegan lasagna cook-off on St. Patrick's Day. Because everyone knows St. Patrick's drove the lasagnas out of the UK on St. Patrick's Day. That was a fantastic brush duck in from Dahaka that gets the kill onto Genji, and the members of Norway find their first kill into the Genji as the Dragon Shrines open up here in, well, they just now open up. Blaze pushing up top lane. He's going to get more than 50% of that fort. Slam into the fort as the Siege Giants are going to be taken care of. Happy getting some frag launcher poke here and there on that Junkrat. The fort front gate taking significant damage. Blessed Shield from the Johanna will initiate this fight, and Sylvanas is deleted. She's absolutely deleted in that moment. Hook, no Gorge, no 10 talent tier for the side of Norway just yet. To be honest, I go to the party every year. I never eat a single thing of lasagna. One, it's probably not going to go well with my stomach, and two, I don't want to eat a bunch of vegan lasagna. That's the truth. Oh, Chris, but it's so close. It's just like the real thing. Oh no, it's not. Alrighty, anyways, my apologies. 10 talent here, almost here for the side of Norway. Second Dragonite of the game, second one for the side of Poland as they move into mid lane, continuing siege available. Dahaka in the top lane, threatened once again by a rotation, but he's not going to go down. Is able to burrow away, has that Lurker Strain. Though Water Elemental in top lane, they're trying to slow down the Dahaka. The damage is available, the Blessed Shield will be used, and yes, Dahaka should fall here. Hook from Stitches is a little shy, and actually Bramble is fine. The rotation from a few allies is enough to ward back the enemy. That's a lot of damage onto the Jaina, who gets hit with a Wailing Arrow, trying to slow down the enemy with these Frost Bolts. Stitches should have a hook up and available, if I'm not mistaken. He does, and yeah, she is dead. There was a Gorge onto Brightwing when she phase shifts in. Genji gets the kill onto Junkrat somewhere on the map. And that is the end of the fight in top lane. All right, a little bit of trade here and there. I think the Junkrat kill is in bottom lane as we see Genji down there. Okay. By the way, Chess Looter, last night when I was laying in bed and I was thinking about where are the different areas where I could potentially do item checks in Blighttown. There's actually 2 item check areas that I did not go to, so I guess we can do. I was literally planning on my item checks in Blighttown so I could get through that nightmarish place as fast as possible. Because I have a feeling the fire ring is in Blighttown. I feel like that is the way that the cookie crumbles. Not allowed to have nice things. Alright, continued siege through the bottom lane, favoring the side of Poland here as they're going to open up a keep front gate. Water Elemental from Jaina helping out a little bit in siege as well. Good morning, Stark. Good to see you, my friend. I hope the allergies are not murdering you today. Hope you're feeling fine and dandy. You felt the bingo mentioned earlier, really? FromSoft Friday is today, even though there's casting. Well, you know, I do it for the people. Chat wanted me to do Nations Cup. I do Nations Cup.
My beloved is gone.
I mean, we are literally going to play Dark Souls 1 after this. Once the casting is done. So, I mean, realistically, if you are a fan of FromSoft Friday, you're hoping for 2-0s. You're hoping for some quick 2-0s today. They're not murdering anymore because you are murdered. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you're not feeling worse today than yesterday. Hook from the Stitches will connect onto Joanna, popping her Iron Skin. I don't know how I managed to do that. I must have accidentally popped one of the numbers and focused on vision, but it doesn't matter as the fight ends. Hook onto Genji. We can actually take a look at Genji's cooldowns really quickly. He's got all of his buttons available. He actually kills the Dahaka. Oh, Dahaka. Poor Dahaka goes down right there after a hopeful hook onto Genji. Dragonite grabbed by Blaze. We're 9 minutes 45 seconds in. Third Dragonite of the game, third one for Poland as they move in through the bottom lane. 16 Talontier almost in hand. A Talontier advantage, nearly a 3-level lead. Kick onto Stitches forces him back. The Dragonite still getting damage onto the keep, but the Riptire zones back the enemy. Hook onto the Joanna goes wide. A kick onto Stitches puts him into a bit of a bad spot. There's no follow-up damage available for a kill. Actually, yes, there is. Genji is going to be able to Swift Strike through with the help of Jaina's burst ability. Genji gets a kill onto the Junkrat. Stitches to fall as well. The Dragonite will expire, but the jump propulsion from Blaze connects onto the Dahaka. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a solid team kill. And we are going to be seeing map number 1 go over to the side of Team Poland. Just under 11 minutes into the game. Very, very well played from Poland here in map number 1. They come out swinging, looking for an easy map on Dragonshire. And there was some back and forth, but definitely a dominant showcase from Poland at the start here in Group B on day number 4 overall of our EU first qualifier. GG, well played. Nice mind chess. Thank you. What great knockers! Thank you, Doctor. You're rooting for Team Baja? Oh, stop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nations Cup Group B. We are here with Norway and Poland. We just got through our first map, and that means Dahaka, Junkrat, Sylvanas, Stitches, Malfurion, Brightwing, Blaze, Genji, Joanna, and Jaina, who were all played on Dragonshire the first map, are not available for this map number 2. So we will see some bans at the top for the map, and then we'll also see some picks as well as the game does unfold. Is anyone watching the GWB SC2 tournament? You know, I am not. I didn't realize there was one that's on, Chess. I'll have to check it out. You guys don't have phones? Yeah. They might be using device ID versus user. Yeah, I think so, Tacitus. I honestly do think so. I just don't know how they count it. Because, like, for example, HelloFresh is very much the same thing. Like, you could use a different email, but you could use a different email and a different credit card. But for HelloFresh, for it to count, you have to be a brand new user with a brand new address. So, like, I've gotten HelloFresh, and let's say Gato gets a HelloFresh sponsorship. If I wanted to support Gato and I did all the stuff and I ordered HelloFresh, Gato wouldn't get any value because I've already had an account associated to my address. You have to do it from your iPad then? You know, Tacitus, I do think that using a different device is the way to do it. Honestly, Tacitus, if you do it and you finish the season pass level 3, let us know and I can check all my stats. Anyways, thank you all so much for helping me out with the sponsored content for Marvel Snap. I appreciate it. We will be playing Marvel Snap back on stream on Tuesday again. Let's get back into this draft right now because we did get some bans onto the Abathur, Diablo, Lucio, and the Lost Vikings here for Garden of Terror, map number 2 in the first best 3 of the day. First pick Hanzo to the side of Norway, and Poland will grab themselves a very quick Hogger. And what else for Garden Terror? Hogger, fantastic for a map like this. Being able to solo camps and clear waves very quickly being able to clear camps, grab camps, and wave clear on a bruiser is really important, so grabbing this Hogger early on is fantastic in my opinion. Heroes like Sonya also often see priority on a map like this because of her same sort of thing. She can grab camps, clear waves. Greymane's a great option as well, same sort of dealio, can grab camps, clear waves. We are going to see sort of like a, I think we're looking at a single target lockdown bursting. Also, poke with Chromie and Hanzo will be strong as well. Get wrecked, you know. I actually got an email from HelloFresh. It was like, you could make $3,500 with HelloFresh. And I'm like, no, I couldn't. Maybe if I had thousands of viewers and stuff like that, maybe I could make a couple $100, but even then, like, I feel like people who have thousands of viewers, they're still not making a lot off of the HelloFresh stuff because it's just so saturated the way that they have the metrics set up, or the rules. Stukov banned away. We're also going to be seeing a Muradin. All right, so let's see. When it comes to tanks, Arthas, ETC, Garrosh, Mal'Ganis, Mei, Tyrael, Varian are all up and available. So there's actually still a lot of great tanks. Someone just reached Marvel Season Pass level 3 in Marvel. It just triggered. Somebody just got to level 3 on their Season Pass. I think everyone's trying. Exactly. That's the thing too, Tacitus. If they didn't, if it was like associated to like the order, then I think that would be great. Like, because if you make it like the person has to make one order and it has to be delivered and then you get paid, like sure, do that. Like, but making it has to be a brand new address, that's malarkey. That's just them getting free. Oh, that was you? All right, there we go. So it's device bound. It is device bound. So if you got an iPad, go ahead and do that. All right, my apologies. We've rambled through this entire draft. Sonya was grab. Lily the healer, by the way. Lily the healer for Norway. You've never tried any of those meal box kits, really? Oh. I think the reason that I did it was a fun excuse to try different things that I would normally not cook myself. But hey, to each their own. If you don't want to, then nothing against it. All right, prediction. Let me go ahead and wait a few moments here. Your iPhone last night didn't count. Yeah, I don't think my phone counted because I did it last night on my phone and it did not count. You have no need? Yeah, I'm sure there's actually a lot of people that cook really, really good for themselves. They don't do it, but I did it before because I was just like, hey.
Hey, listen.
There's a Twitch prediction. I just did it before because I wanted to try different stuff that, as I said, I wouldn't necessarily buy or make for myself normally. On the left-hand side, with our prediction open and available, we've got the members of Norway. We got Zeus on the Nubarak, Brumble on the Sonya, Happy to play the Hanzo, Narsha on the Lily, and we've got Saloon on this Chromie. To the right-hand side of our map, we're looking at Team Poland. Up in this best of 3, looking for a quick 2-0. We've got Aaron on the Aaron on the Garrosh Rai to play the Hogger, Alvarez on the Medivh, Itrax to play the Greymane, and Lavacal on this Rhaegar. You still have time to get your gambles in. Which team do you think is going to win? As a reminder, we've got 2 more best of 3s coming up today. After this, we have got Russian players versus Poland, and then to round out the day, we have got Finland versus Norway. Thank you again, Ashmancer, for the gamble. With all the meal prep you do, it just didn't make sense for you anyways. Yeah, that makes sense, honestly. You enjoy cooking, it's fun to learn new techniques. HelloFresh taught me to make my own salsa, which, oh, that's actually cool. There's like a couple things I learned about from HelloFresh as well. There was a, it was like one of the first meals I got. It was like a, it was like chicken pesto panko. There was like chicken pesto panko crust or whatever. It was really good. And I've made that for myself ever since, like a bunch of times. Very simple. It's just pesto, panko, and chicken. And seasoning and stuff. So yeah, there's a couple things, like a couple little recipes I picked up here and there from it all. As we look at the Garrosh here in bottom lane, he's in a really good anchor position. Maybe going to throw the last remaining... Up, there's a Chromie target. Maybe gets the toss onto her. Right next to Lavacol and the Medivh. By the way, Medivh already at 19 stacks on his baseline Arcane Rift. Hits the protection onto the Rhaegar before the Nubrak Burrow charges on. Eye tracks in the bush, jumps onto the Lily, but she's got some fast feet, and she's right on out of here. Hey, Cav, what's up, bud? Good to see you, my friend. We're talking about food and random other stuff. Speaking of random, we're going to have our Dark Souls 1 randomizer later today. Ooh, Medivh saving the Garrosh for now. Rhaegar goes in for a bite, but that still is Garrosh going down. First blood over to the side of Norway. As Poland needs to retreat, they invaded the camp, and it did not go in their favor. They didn't even get to steal away the camp. Losing Garrosh, though I will point out that Medivh did pick up a few more stacks on his baseline Arcane Rift, sitting at 24 out of the 40. Meeting? Enjoy the meeting. Tessidus and Godor are in the same meeting, it actually turns out. A threatening portal position set up, but it does not actually yield anyone coming through. It's more or less just a threat on the map. As Rai finishes out a camp for the top lane, we will see the first seed up and available on the bottom left, favoring the positioning of... Wait a minute. Sorry, I confused Cursed Hollow rules. I thought the seeds naturally did center points. I didn't realize they could go left for the first one. Huh. I guess I didn't realize it could be randomized anywhere. I thought it had Cursed Hollow rules where it was center of the map for either or for top or bottom, if you know what I mean. Lily thrown into the mix, but there's no kill onto her, surprisingly enough. Greymane jumps out, Zeus is the target, burrows away. Portal forward from Medivh stops the Hearth out from Hanzo. Chromie tries to throw some damage over the wall. Garrosh gets a Groundbreaker. He did go into Unrivaled Strength at level 1. Well, that's the first cup of tea done today. I think we're going to need 2 cups today. Or 3 cups. 3 cups. Might be a 3 cup of tea day. This flank position over here, I'm loving it. Will we see the rotation happen? That's the big question. Medivh is scouting, waiting for that rotation to happen, and Garrosh and Rhaegar say, or Garrosh and Greymane say, like, okay, we're not going to be able to make a play there. Let's just rotate to the bottom, get a portal from Medivh. Greymane jumps onto the Chromie. That's a toss onto the Rhaegar. Can he get a bite on the butt? And I do believe his lightning barrier. Storm shield? Lightning shield. All right, a little combination of both of those words. Hogger doesn't get the interrupt, by the way, on the seed. That is going to be the second of 3 seeds over the side of Norway. Portal forward from Medivh. 39 stacks on him, by the way. Rhaegar with a little slowing totem. Sonya to spear. Try and make her way out of this, and she will be able to do so. Medivh's done with his stacks. No flushing noise for the side of Poland as Zeus taps the bushes here, or makes their way through this little bush corridor to break vision and back off from the enemy. Greymane clearing out the mid wave, pushing up onto the fort as another seed will spawn here in the center of the map. I believe Garnitur has the tic-tac-toe rules regarding spawn location, but the first is random. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I honestly thought it had the rules of Cursed Hollow. I thought it just had that, where it was either top center or bottom center. Oh, Garrosh with an ally toss just in time. Gets the throw onto Brumble here, that's Sonya, and she's able to spin out of this. We might be seeing the first seed go over to the side of Norway, or the first Garden Tear spawn. Flank from Hogger on the left-hand side as we look at the other stats. Good staggering blow, huge toss! And Groundbreaker, Sonya. Can she find a counter kill? Hanzo gets the kill onto Greymane. Sonya does go down. Zeus so very low to fall as well. It's a 3-for-1, and Lava gets, Lave. Ooh, that scatter does not connect. Rhaegar gets the channel, and mid lane has Siege Giants approaching a fort that Lily will be taking care of. At least the best she can. Well then, that was a huge moment for the side of Poland. Really, really well played. Denied the Garden Tear to the enemy. Garrosh set up with a portal here. Comes right through. Doesn't have anyone to grab, so he just goes back through the portal. The little Abe Simpson. Walked in, backed away. As we look at the 10 talents, here's Bloodlust for the Rhaegar. Greymane go for the throat. Warlord's Challenge for the Garrosh. Shockwave for the Hogger. And Leyline Seal for Medivh. Portal set up for Medivh. By Medivh? No one's. It's not going to be connected. 3/4 of a level to go. 4 10 talents here on Norway's side. As Nubreg drops an Impale to back away. Garrosh still floating just above. The rest of the team, or the Greymane and Medivh will grab the camp. Garrosh just anchoring around. Rhaegar backing off. Hogger to join in as well. A seed to spawn on the top left of the map that's positionally favoring the side of Norway. They do have their own 10 Talontiers. Cocoon. We've already had Temporal Loop up and available. We've got the Leap for Sonya. Jugs for the Lily. And Dragon's Arrow for Hanzo, as the delay or the pull doesn't work out too well between Sonya and Chromie. Temporal Loop is onto the Greymane, who's going to be... He's going to be pulled back. The Leyline Seal builds a window. We did see a Shockwave from Hogger timed out pretty good, and Sonya will fall. God dang. Cocoon onto Garrosh was really, it was a good attempt to try and kill the Greymane, but it just does not yield the outcome Norway is looking for. Sonya does go down, 2 to 5 in kills, 10 to 11 in the levels, and we will see Siege Giant stolen away for the top lane. Next seed, bottom right positioning is beneficial to the side of Poland, as they have an easy retreat path to the bottom lane fort for well tapping if necessary. 2 out of 3 for both sides. Norway's gonna have to make a play here. Bounce through from Hogger. Camp finished out. We've got Garrosh in the mid. Oh, no, he's just rotating out. Okay. Siege Giants and top lane are still rocketing in.
There it is.
Good splash onto the wave as well. All right, let's pull. Oh, a little bit of frames right there. My apologies. More frames. More frames. Spectrum, please level out for me if you could. That'd be nice. Garrosh pops the Indomitable, steps in with a Warlord's Challenge. Jugs from Lily are utilized. Chromie's the first one to go down as Greymane goes for the throat. Zeus so very low, trying to wiggle his way out as Greymane falls, losing a couple stacks on Wiz and Duelist. Happy is going to be picked off by that Hogger. Zeus on the Anubrek trying to get out of here, steps to the side. The Bloodlust from Rhaegar giving the movement speed, and that will be the available chase onto Sonya. She will fall as well. Hogger splits off, grabs the Garden Terror as top lane fort is already falling. Mid lane fort shall go down. This is looking really good to the side of Poland in map number 2. Group B is looking strong for Poland here as the top lane fort goes down before the Garden Terror even makes it into lane. Rhaegar with the Storm Shield, the Lightning Shield and the Will of Protection. No, that's not right. Protection of Will. Force of Will. There we go. I could not remember what it was initially, but Rhaegar is able to tank some damage. The Garden Terrors are stepping up. Mid lane cleared out very quickly. Bottom lane fort shall fall on top of all of this as well. Garden Terror in top is going to be... This is actually a pretty decent wave in top lane. Already amplified by another minion wave coming in, and it looks like the members of Poland rotate down for the siege on to keep front gate in the bottom lane while the enemy is busy in top, clearing out that Garden Terror. Bottom lane Garden Terror still on 50% HP, a little bit less than that, as it should spawn a plant overgrowth. Medivh still up in the sky looking for an angle onto a Leyline Seal. There's the overgrowth plant on the far side of the keep. Leyline Seal connecting onto 2. Temporal Loop from Chromie pretty much mitigated since that Leyline Seal connected onto her. Bloodlust from the Rhaegar. Medivh is a target, but it's actually going to be... I can't believe it. Greymane is the one who goes down. I thought he made it through the portal in time. Queen Nightshade's tears have expired, and can Hogger get a bounce out? Looks like he's good to do so. Anubrek tries to burrow in. Little staggering blow as displacement. A no 16, so no Temporal Flux for Medivh. I was actually wondering, I was like, oh my god, to see if Temporal Flux is just throwing back these Arcane Rifts. Portal forward from Medivh is actually a down talent tier fight, or it's a down hero fight. This might have been a little too aggressive from Poland trying to step in, but Zeus is so low, so is Brumble. I think it's actually Bramul now that I look at it closer. My apologies. Medivh gets the kill onto the Lily and the Sonya. Medivh falls. He's already got his stacks finished, so it doesn't matter. Anub'arak falls as well. Rhaegar, does he have a... Yeah, he's got a bite on the butt, and that's going to be a kill onto Hanzo. There are still keeps up and available. Taunt from Garrosh.
Team kill!
Rhaegar is going to tank some shots here. Greymane rotating in for this as well. Gonna swap the target on who's tanking really quickly. Now, I think this is keep. I don't think they can actually end the game. Lily about to respawn, Anub'arak back up in a second here as well, but that is a turn of a moment. That's such a turning moment with that Medivh portal over here. I can't believe that actually worked out for the side of Poland. Down a hero.
Collect the seed. And don't fret about the shamblers. They don't feel a thing.
Sorry if there's some wobbles on the stream. I do apologize. We are still unfortunately dropping frames, and there's just nothing I can do. It's all on Spectrum's end. I'm gonna try and after stream today, I think I'm gonna reset everything. After stream, after we do the movie night and everything in Discord, I'm gonna try and restart a bunch of stuff. Maybe it will help. Maybe. Leyline Seal onto 2. Hanzo's Dragon Arrow follows up after some CC as well. I see heroics going out, but health bars aren't really moving much, and bottom lane does have a camp plus the eventual catapult arriving soon, so the longer this is delayed, the better it is for the side of Poland, as they've got a catapult already in bottom lane. That's a pro. Actually, Sonya's already down there, but it's dealing 456 damage into structures. Camp grabbed over there on the right. We'll see another bruiser camp as well grabbed. Meanwhile, bottom lane, things to be cleared up by Sonya and friends, as this is easily, yeah, another bruiser camp for the top lane. I assume they give this over. Yeah, they're just gonna clear waves on the side of Norway. What are we doing here? Well, they see 1, 2, and Hogger 3 top. So I guess they see the enemy on top. They know they're not going to go for the seed.
I shall grant you my aid.
So they steal away the camp. Meanwhile, in bottom, just going to push things up. Okay, all right. Good scatter off the wall. Giant Slayer for the Hanzo as well. Might be a big turning point for him. Temporal Loop onto Itrex, I think it was. We do have a Bloodlust from the Rhaegar. A Cocoon onto Garrosh will be utilized, but still Anub'arak and Lily do go down. We will see Sonya trying her best to spin to win. Happy goes down as well. It's a quadra kill, and I think this is Poland going to be taking map number 2 in the first best of 3. 14.5 minutes in. Chromie gets some damage here and there. Greymane razor swipes into the... oh, he just keeps stepping into the polymorphs, I see. Okay. This is a we don't need Greymane to end sort of dealio, but either way, that will be map number 2 over the side of Poland. GG, well played.